Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Dark Cloud. I did some grinding, almost entirely for Tone. I did a little bit for Ruby, and I got one level upgrade on Goro. We're gonna go back and do more of them before too long, but before I went to the next area, I wanted to build up our weapon. So the Atlamelia sword might be a little bit stronger than you remember. It, finally got the Chronicle sword? Was this a level 5 sword and not a level 4 sword? Or was it the Lamb sword that was level 4? I don't know, but if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the big ones, ain't it? Yeah, there's no build-up. We have a level 6 sword already, and we haven't even left, Queens. Yep, not capped at 155 or 101 anymore. So basically what we're working with is, it got to the point where I needed to get lots of Holy Element, and none of these things were helping me, so I built up lots of gems while I was grinding it, and I didn't really have much of a use for them. Because our elements are almost maxed, and so is our Slayer's. Which means he does insane damage. Because I'm pretty sure that these increase your damage to that enemy type by a percentage, and then the element increases your damage by a percentage. And then MP affects how strong the attributes are. So our MP is really high, our elements are really high, and we slay everything. Tone was already one-shotting everything back at the other area. I've finally gotten an ultimate level weapon. I can't wait to max everything. We also managed to get a bandit's ring. So I upgraded the platinum ring that we had and put it into here. And then I found a Pockle Coal, which is another ring that's actually a little bit stronger. So I'm going to get this up to 5 and then just start throwing this in here. This is one of 2 weapons in the game. There's the Bandit Slingshot and the Bandit Ring. They're the only 2 weapons that can baseline steal. Though if you build this up, the other thing should retain the stealing. At least that's how it worked with the Thirst effect. So I assume this is transferable. Which means the only 2 female characters in the game are the only ones capable of stealing. Game developers, who hurt you? But I'm going to keep getting things up to 5 and just throwing them in there. Which is another thing that I thought about, though, because whenever I broke down her platinum ring, I tried putting it in Tone's weapon, and it actually worked. I thought they could only upgrade their own weapons. You can put them in other people's weapons, so I could get a really good, I mean, these suck, but if I got these to +5, I could put them in Zhao's slingshot or whatever. Which means I could actually put the stealing effect in Tone's sword. However, Tone one-shots everything, and I'm sure we'll continue to do so until pretty much the end of the game. So it's a really low chance on hit. They usually have to hit the enemies like 10 times, and they usually die before they actually steal anything. So I figured that'd be better to just keep it on them. I am going to keep it as their base weapon, though. And I leveled up his axe once. Way to go, Goro. Brown Boo Village. The grinding in this game, it's so satisfying. I can't believe we got one of the ultimate tier weapons in Queens. Like, the damage of your weapons is just so exponential. Yes, this is the one. We can now move the moonship. Shall we go now? I'm trying to think about so many things at the same time. Let's make it around there. Here we go. Are you ready? Toto Chopra Mandarina. Lucky Cookie Zucchini. I wonder if they wrote that down. Pierce the heavens. We are denied by the desert. That's strange. It's not working. The moonship is not reacting to the orb. What's happening here? Nem, sir, could it be that something's gone wrong at the Sun and Moon Temple, where the moon chip is stored? What could go wrong? I don't know. The Sun and Moon Temple is the sacred place where the ancient King of the Moon, Bamalumba Hamolumba, went to his eternal rest. If anything happens, it's our responsibility. Yes, indeed, but it's our duty here on this planet to maintain the Sun and Moon Temple. If anybody finds out that I neglected our duty, I'll be dismissed? We have to do something, or else we can't stay here. Deported, probably. I like it here. I don't want to leave this planet. Theo, do something, please. You say it like it's so easy. I haven't a clue what to do. You guys just keep on talking, huh? We have to go to that Sun and Moon Temple. Tone, let's go. Who is this again? Not a clue. Will you go to the Sun and Moon Temple? The moon chip is stored in the deepest part of the temple. Really is hard for me to have to ask you such a thing, but I have work to do, you see, as the mayor of the village. Theo will accompany you. Aw, come on, sir. That's not fair. There's no work to do as mayor of the village. Now please take care of Theo. Rip Theo. I entered the Sun and Moon Temple and its periphery on your, I entered on your periphery in the world map. Now shall we go to the Sun and Moon Temple? Here we are. This is the Sun and Moon Temple. Shall we go? You can enter from here. Let's go. Danger. Inside the temple. You want to stay alive? Turn back now. Oh, you know something, eh? What happened to the temple? This temple, it's full of monsters. The evil from the sky did it, there's no doubt. The village, too. He destroyed it. His evil's strong. No one can defeat it. It must be the Dark Genie, meaning that Muskalaka was destroyed too. Oh, Muskalaka is the village of the Sand Warriors, west of this temple. Are you from Muskalaka? Yes, Ungaga. The 5th party member. I'm Ungaga. I'm not a very strong warrior. Couldn't protect the village. It was my responsibility. I was the only one who survived. It's so shameful. Ungaga, wow, I know that name. That's the name of the strongest of the Sand Warriors. Cool. He actually is pretty tough. I'm not cool at all. I'm weak. Too weak. Come on, let's go together. With Ungaga with us, we'll have nothing to worry about. I'm weak. I'm no warrior. If I go, I'll be useless. I won't be a burden. I won't go. Tone, I need to talk to Ungaga for a while. Could you please go and take a look in the temple on your own? I can't just leave a person in this state alone. I'll stay here with Ungaga. Please go ahead. He's pretty spiffy. In the meantime, though, temples and such. I'm curious if we're going to one-shot everything. I'm pretty sure we are. One thing that won't change, though, no matter how overpowered Tone gets, is his defense. Because that's not something you can grind up. As I was still having problems when I was going through those other floors, the powered-up enemies, the captains two-shot us, because for some reason, I think 170 actually is the cap for Tone's health. So, as we fight enemies farther and farther in the game, they're going to start doing more and more damage. But the defense that we have is a flat rating. Like, if we take 50 damage, however much defense Tone has is subtracted from that. So eventually it'll get to the point where theirs is much too high for us. 41, so yeah, that would hit us for 9. I noticed that the being pumped up with energy affects us differently too. because it doubles the damage that enemies do. Oh, really? Okay, I wouldn't want to switch away from this anyway. This doesn't look like a big chest. This was a big chest. Sure. I'm pretty sure this is one of the best weapons of the game, so that doesn't matter too much. But you know, now that I think about it, I could just have Tone level up these weapons and then throw them around to all the other characters to buff them up. Unfortunately, Tone doesn't have a strength stat or anyone else. So this Chronicle Sword is all of my time. All of the leveling and grinding that I've done, it's in this sword. If I lost this sword, Tone would be no stronger than if he just had any of these other weapons. Like, if you get to the final boss and then your weapon breaks and you go back to this dagger, this is the same dagger you had at the beginning of the game. You're no stronger. You just have more defense, more health, and... yeah, that's basically it. Totem Pole Head 2. There's a keyhole. Use item with something. So the back rooms require keys. I really regret not having a Dran's Feather. I forgot that it broke. Wait a minute. Tone, is your sword on Holy yet? Your sword is still on Thunder. I wonder what would happen if I switched it to Holy. And then we charge up. 1294. Let me switch to somebody else and see how much health these things actually have. 56, 50, and 54. Wow, she's actually pretty tough too. The chests here blend in with the ground a lot. It's actually kind of neat. Not to find them, of course, but just because, like, how destroyed this place is, it kind of makes sense. Though I'm not sure why there is so much sand on the inside for the ground. It is indoors. I, for one, think it's kind of neat how short these dungeons are. I don't know if it's just this floor or not, but because the rooms are so much bigger and, like, blockier, like, look at how short this is from the beginning. It's just... It's a horseshoe. Like, these hallways are so big, it's nice. And the Chevette actually felt kind of cramped. Good architecture. That looks like Thunder to me. Were you still on Thunder? No. Oh, actually, I'm gonna have to switch back to this one. That other one doesn't have attribute yet. Because only 60% goes in, and it rounds down because I put the Platinum Ring in here, we lost quite a bit of our stats. She only has 1 against Mimics. Either way, that's open. And Tone can go back to one-shotting everything. Oh my god, this is the fountain? I didn't remember it being this time. Like, can you just hit me while I'm in here? Oh, you guys can't walk around the edge of this thing. So, the radius of it's bigger, but just... Wait, does that mean that from right here, Zhao or someone could just shoot you and you can't walk up and hit them? Oh my god. I saw this being super tiny, and then I realized it was super abusable. Also, how about that Zhao damage? I haven't done anything with her in a long time, and she is murdering these things. The King's Slate. Key to the door of the Chamber of Ancient Kings. Or an Ancient King, rather. So that's the door key we're looking for. There's only one in this dungeon as well. Considering I don't think you can buy any more backroom keys for anywhere other than the fish place, probably, I think I'm probably going to do most of the grinding there. Bomberhead. It's just like the scarecrows in the jungle. I just feel so slow walking around. Oh my god, he blows up when he dies. I wonder if using fire damage just instantly detonates it. Maybe I should try switching Ruby to a fire weapon the next time I fight one. I mean, I know it only did 23 damage, but I don't really want Tone to blow up every single time he kills one of those. It was today that we did science. Blow up. No, it's just on death? I guess so. Fire doesn't detonate him early. Alright. I'm not sure how they decided to give experience from the enemies, because, like, these phantoms only give 4 experience, but, like, the chariots in the previous dungeon give 16. And the captains gave 12, and the regular sailor guys gave, 8. He dropped a bomb, no way. But still, it's like you would think the further on in the dungeons you go, just the higher they would have, but I guess it's only true for some enemies. So that area might actually be better for grinding than I thought. especially since it's easier to one-shot things. Though, to be honest, I think this area might actually be a lot better for everyone else other than Tone, because the enemies in the last place could block really easily, so... especially since they had so much health, considering the tanks and stuff, like, I was having a really hard time killing things with anyone other than Tone. And even Tone, when he couldn't get his full combo off, like against the captains in the last area, if he finished his full combo, the captain could quickly thrust before I even got control of Tone back. So that's how I was dying. Because the captain hit me for 103 out of 170. Already maxed. What can we do for Zhao? I gave her the attack plus 3. You know what? I'll give her another attack plus 3. I am going to use the gems on them too, especially now that Tone doesn't need him as much. But I would like to prioritize his weapon for a little bit longer. Second floor was cleared. We're on to the third one now. After this, I'm probably going to leave and get a Trance Feather. Due to mysterious force on this floor, you get thirsty quicker. See, that's the thing. Even though the sword makes me get thirsty quicker, when I kill things, it rehydrates me. Oh, and there's a pond right here. Even though it's just a tiny little square that only comes up to, like, my shin, I still like these. But because of that, like, every other time I played this game, you actually had to go and buy waters and stuff. Like, I know it looks like I don't, just because I can wait for ponds to fill the other people up. Like, if I just walk into this pond over here, I can just switch to everybody else, and it'll fill them up real quick. Because when you leave the dungeon, your health gets capped out and you lose any negative status effects, but it doesn't fix your thirst, so that should carry over from dungeon to dungeon. Tone is the only one who, outside of fountains, has a way to regenerate his thirst, but because we play him the most, he can just kill enemies so fast that he gets his hydration back, so it almost removes that mechanic from the game. When I got this thing, especially since it was a red debuff effect thing, I thought that it was actually a pretty bad effect. Like, even just like an hour before I recorded this, because I've been grinding pretty much most of the morning. We've got like 25 hours of gameplay on this so far, and I don't think I've done 25 hours of Aegis. Especially not since I cut most of it out, but still. I'm only going to try these on other people. Funds increased a little. I think that's actually percentage based. Because I think it's like you double your money or something, or you get like 50% more of what you have, because I got a bunch of those in one dungeon and I left with like 13,000 gilda. I was like, seriously? I don't remember grinding up that much. I sell any of the augments that aren't gems or elements, just because it's kind of hard to get some elements. And the other ones can just be satisfied by gems for the most part. We are going to be able to buy those before too long. So just another reason why I'm not too worried about it. We've got a lot of money in the bank. Man, can you imagine what the air must be like in here? No ventilation system at all. There's burning torch stuff everywhere and it's all dirty. And there was a grasshopper. Quick, blow up on me. Or you could just punch me. I wonder, would I completely ignore it if I just do... Oh my god. I get iframes when I do this. Nope, it gets you when you get out of it. Alright, I just wanted the science. Holy water. Now let me just kill everything in here and get all of the other stuff and then try and see if we can loot these chests in such a way. Wow, keeps getting back up. That, we get the magic crystal as the absolute last thing in the dungeon so that it doesn't show me anything. We only got a 1 in 3 shot at that working, so I don't think it's going to, but... Wow, I actually lose it so fast here that his sword can't keep up. Dang it. I mean, we already saw these things, so it's not like it did too much. I just thought it would be kind of neat if it was completely worthless. And the last one. Tasty water. You know, since I actually have some, I keep premium water on me just cause basically, but regular water is 3. Tasty water is 5. Premium water is all of it. Hey, there's already chests outside. A gourd. And a stonebreaker. You know, I probably miss chests in the other areas sometimes, because I don't know if they progress when you go further in other areas, but I did remember back in the day when I'd go back to do things, I'd find chests in, like, the Northern Village or something. So I kind of felt like they just spawned after a certain amount of time. Could be terribly wrong, though. I'm gonna go get more Drance Feathers. Muskaraka? It had an L before, right? It said Muskalaka, right? Anywho, this is our big open desert, and I think I see a chest down there. Fish candy! That's good for Zhao. You know, I should probably plop the buildings down, if nothing else, so that I can get the chests early, because I get all of the upgrades at the very end when we're about to leave, and I'm like, that helps for the next area, but what about this one? Fluffy Donut, I love you. Not only does Fluffy Donut sound amazing, but Toad now takes 7 less damage from all attacks. Zhao, what are you gonna take? 7 less damage. I don't know if that's a random roll, but I like it. I'll give that to you too, Zhao. I'm going to give preference to basically everyone other than Goro, but I am still going to give some attention to Goro. Just to show you where we are geographically, though, we're in this bottom area down here now, which is right next to Matataki Village. Because Fantasy Worlds... Treasure found, all the way back in the first village. I came here to buy Drance Feathers, then remembered there were none, and then figured I'd go around and look. In his room full of cheese and meat, wonderful decision by the way, there was a pocket. I was expecting that to be something stupid. I can't believe we missed a pocket. That would have helped a lot. 10 more items? I'm glad I came back for that. And by came back for that, I mean I came here looking for Drance Feathers. Come on, Ungaga, what happened to you? I heard that Ungaga is the strongest warrior in the whole Muska Desert. Maybe he used to be, but not anymore. He failed to protect village. He's no longer a warrior. He's weak now. You know what? Being strong in on the battlefield and being truly strong as a person are not the same, are they now? What do you think of Tone, the one who was with me? What do I think? I don't understand. I sense something very strong from that person. Like a will. A power deep within him. In his heart. I don't know exactly what it is. Yes, Tone is strong. And I am weak. Oh boy. He's gonna need a pick-me-up from his friends and family. We, however, have 5 Drance Feathers. And as such, everything in here is about to have a very bad day. But don't worry, because it is their last day. Can I hit? Nope. You know, actually, I should probably not use Tone in here. It's kind of funny that everybody else in here is great, but, like, Tone really isn't, because he has a hard time hitting the bees. These were meant to be handled by ranged characters. And the bomb guys just kind of blow them up. It was the map! That is a big golem. I want to see Tone one-shot it. Tone, tell me that you are man. Oh, come on. 7 damage? Oh my god, Tone. You actually one-shot that thing? You probably don't even... Holy probably doesn't even do extra damage to that thing. That took a lot longer than I was expecting. But still, like, the big golems. That used to be a thing. My sword used to, like, lose all the durability stone key. Is that the back room key? Key made of stone. Oh, don't tell me that's just the other one. No. Okay, that's just the garden everyday variety one. Tone's sword actually already needs 157 to level up, and it's only leveled up once so far. I can see why it's probably the last sword we're gonna get. I guess if I completely maxed that out, there would be nothing else to work towards. Golem smash the ground. I'm gonna see how much damage everybody else does to the golem. Oh, it's immune during that. 35. I used to have Zhao do no damage to these things. I'm pretty sure there's a Zhao-only floor in this dungeon. Because I remember hopelessly shooting these things and them taking like 2 damage. That's really cool. These rooms are connected by 1 square, and that square is a jump over spot for Zhao. I can't believe how small that corridor was. Repair powder. Cool, so that even helps us fight them. I can't believe my other characters can, like, stand their own here. They were so unusable in my other games. Dead. Truth be told, now thinking about it, because they're the only 2 characters that can really steal unless I give their weapons to someone else, which would invalidate all of their progress, so I probably shouldn't. I should probably keep Zhao a little weaker, because, you need a lot of hits in to actually steal stuff, though the stealing stuff is usually just like repair powders and things. I still like the option. Stone Key. And if she kills everything in 1 hit, it's never gonna give her anything. Like, yeah, I have like 30,000 Gilda and it's only 20 to buy a repair powder, but that means that we don't have to leave the dungeon to do stuff. Ruby, I'll probably buff her up. I want her to be able to do a lot of damage. Have a good range character. Because Goro, he's hard to hit with, but he does really high base damage. The problem with his weapon is that he doesn't have any of these Slayers leveled up. Like, he has 81 base damage. Or 82 now, but there's nothing to amplify it. So I think we're going to leave this one here for now. I'm going to get the video stuffs already and do the uploading and the whatnot. And then next time we'll continue on in the dungeon on floor 5. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody. Look, it's Ungaga and the other guy.